welcome guys to another video. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to make a really easy fun pizza in a really short time. First of all, I have already made my dough. If you guys like it, I am gonna post a video explaining and teaching you guys how to make it. But basically, you take about a cup and a half of hot water, you add 2.5 teaspoons of yeast, dry active yeast, and then you let that sit inside of it for about 5 minutes, and then you add your flour, 3.5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 1 teaspoon of sugar, and then you let it all bundle together using your KitchenAid. And if you don't have your KitchenAid, you can use your hand, and you're gonna stir it until you get the shape, and then you're gonna let it sit till it rises. After that, you're gonna put it down on your countertop, or if you have somewhere, and then you're gonna start opening it up, and it usually takes about an hour till it completely gets formed and shaped. Next, I use three type of cheese in my pizza. First and foremost is this one. I love this Italian cheese. It's absolutely fantastic. And what I do is that I shred it and I let it sit to become to room temperature. After it gets to room temperature, when you cook it, it gets it that it gets a really good consistency that you can actually taste it so much better than adding frozen cheese to it. Next, I use Parmesan. I just sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of my pizza, and then I put 1 slice of milk cheese. I just cut it to these pieces just for the color, and then I put it in there. I usually try to set those on the top. Next, again, this is a simple pizza, so I use beef Franklin, and I use 4 of it. This is for 3 people, so I use 4 beef Francas, and then I cut them to about this size. You want to get it as thin as possible, but this is good because after it gets cooked, it shrinks a little bit. Next, I have my pepper. I have a red pepper and green pepper. None of them are hot pepper. It's just regular green pepper, but in red color. And you cut them down again to the same size. You want to get them all in the same size, just for the look of it. And then you wash them, let them dry. Next, I have my olive. These are fresh olive from food market that I got, and it's awesome. Then you just chop them down. I don't want them to be too thin, so this is what I have. Next, I have a little bit of chicken breast just to mix with the cheese and pizza. It just tastes fantastic after you have this added. And lastly, I add a half of a tomato, but I usually take all the goo and all the seeds out of it because so it won't be too much watery. And then I add a little bit of garlic. This is the brand of garlic that I use. You can chop up your own garlic, but I love this brand. It's absolutely fantastic. And then pepper. What I do when I want to add my pepper, I add them a little bit to my green peppers, so as they sit, they can absorb it to themselves, and it just gives it such good taste. So again, I sprinkle my pepper to it a little bit, and that's it. That's fantastic. I really don't use that much salt when I cook my pizza, but occasionally after I have all the ingredients set down, I add my salt. So just to recap, we have our ingredient right here, we have our bread right here, we have our cheese right here. We let the bread sit for a little bit more. We let the cheese to get to a room temperature, and in about a couple of minutes, we're ready to put it inside the oven. As far as right now, I'll let you guys go, and I'll be back after everything is ready to go inside the oven. Thank you. So we're here in the next part. I don't like to use a lot of sauce, but I'm going to use a little bit of sauce for this pizza. Basically, this sauce is a mixture of a little bit of ketchup, olive oil, the seeds from the tomato that I have left out, a little bit of pepper, and just spark of nana. And that would be it. So I'll just mix them up, and just bring it right here. Just go over my bread. Now again, I don't use a lot of this, just a little bit to give it that red consistency or red color of a pizza dough, and it gives it a little bit of taste, but it's not that strong. But at the end, these little details makes all the difference. Again, I don't use a lot of it, just a little bit to give it the color that I want. Now if you're a fan of sauce, feel free to use as much as sauce as you want. Feel free to use any type of sauce that you want. Basically this is limitless. So my oven is preheated to 350. That's perfect. Now I'm just finishing up with the sauce, and I am finished with the sauce. Now we go with the first step. Now the first step is to add a little bit of cheese. In here, I sprinkle a little bit of my cheese. Oops, I spilled some on the floor. And by the way, I am using. I'm gonna make my pizza on the stone, so I am preheating my stone as well. So that's that. Again, I'm adding a little bit more cheese. Perfect. Now I'm gonna add my chicken to the pizza. After I added my chicken, I am adding my green pepper, mixture of red pepper and green pepper. Perfect. Now again, all of these are I let them to become to room temperature. That's that. Again, I apologize for the poor video. This is my first video of cooking, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Now I'm gonna add my sausages. Again, I use beef Franklin. I do not use pork on this particular pizza. However, again, you could use any type of sausage, any type of meat, depending on what you like. To me, this is the best sausage that you could use on a pizza because it gives it such delicate taste that I'm just in love with it. Now a little bit more sausage. Now we go with our olive. Sprinkle the olive on top of it. Rest of our olives. And that's it. Now we go for our tomato. This just looks absolutely fantastic. I wish you guys could even smell it. It's not even cooked and it just smells really good. Now I'm gonna pour out the rest of the cheese on top of the pizza. And again, I don't want it to be a lot of cheese, so but you could do as much. I did just one package of that cheese. Usually you could do 1.5 up to 2 packages if you like. But I think after it gets cooked, it kind of grows. So that's that. It's the last bit of the cheese. Now, 2 part left. Add the Parmesan. Beautiful, sparkled all over it. And this is my final touch. This is just makes the pizza amazing. Sparkle that all over the pizza. And voila, we have our pizza, and we're gonna get ready to put it inside the oven. I'll be back. I have to do this both hands. Now that we preheated the oven, and we have this one, make sure you use your hand. It gets hot. Well, put it in the oven at 350 for about, I could say 30 to 40 minutes. But you have to come check it every now and then. Make sure you don't open the door, just use the light and check it out. Alright, thank you. We'll be back. So here's the final product of our pizza. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and make sure to follow me on YouTube. And if you guys give me enough likes, I'm gonna continue doing my cooking channel, and I'm gonna add that as a playlist, and I'm gonna just start doing a cooking video once a week. Try to do my best to do as much as I can. Again, thank you for watching. If you have any comment, question, please don't forget to comment down below. Looks delicious.